Preparing for a natural disaster is the last thing I thought we would be doing on our pet sit in Brisbane in Australia, but that is actually exactly what we're doing. We are bracing for Cyclone Alfred to hit. They call it cyclones over here, even though back in the States we call it a hurricane. So we've been very, very busy preparing both the house and ourselves for Alfred to hit. It should be here within the next 24 hours. So it's swirling around, inching closer and closer. We're in Brisbane right now, which is kind of right on the path of where that hurricane wants to go through. So we've been doing a lot of preparations. Kenzo has been also very busy helping us. Okay, he's resting right now, hard at work. So I wanted to go over in this video kind of all the things that we did to prepare. And hopefully if this video can get out in time, and there's still some people trying to figure out what some of the things that they can do in the house if they're sheltering in place, hopefully this video can help. All right, let's see here. All right, one of the first things that we did over the last 48 hours is to clear out all of the many potted plants that were all on this patio. And we've done a couple of things. We've put them into the garage, as many as the smaller ones could fit. Some of the bigger ones, like the whiskey barrel and some of these big pots, they were just too heavy to move, so we left them in place. We were in the Roma Parkland gardens the other day, and what they were doing was they were taking the potted plants and taking them from different places and grouping them together, and that actually makes a lot of sense. If there is a lot of wind going back and forth, instead of knocking one down, if you can just set them all together, they kind of use the weight of all of the potting mixes and the dirt to just keep it all stabilized. So that's what I'm not sure if this house has a whole house surge protection. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and unplug the electronics so that if there's an electrical surge coming through all of the lines, it doesn't fry the electronics. We'll unplug that, and then we will unplug all of our computers as well. There's no generators in this house, so just in case the electricity goes out, I need to make sure that whatever is in the refrigerator and freezer is going to stay as cold and as fresh as possible. So what's recommended is that taking the normal settings of the refrigerator and the freezer, and then resetting the temperature so that it's colder, so that it could stay colder longer. And if the electricity goes out, giving the power company time to work on it and get it back up and running. So we're gonna go ahead and change the settings here so that it is colder and ready to go. Then we can have fresh food for everyone, and especially Kenzo. Kenzo has specially made dog food that gets delivered. It's frozen. We keep it in the freezer and take out one at a time to feed him. And we had a whole new shipment this week, and I don't want it going bad if the electricity goes out. So we're gonna go ahead and set the freezer colder for him. We are very, very fortunate because these homeowners have a water filtration system. It's gravity fed. Let's see if I can see. And basically there's a couple different filters in there, and all you have to do is pour water on the top, and then you can get water through the spigot. All right, so it's recommended that if you are without water, you never know, water could stop, or maybe the lines could be busted. So what they recommend is that if you don't have running water, that you have enough drinking water for about 3 days worth per person. So not only are we filling all of the bottles that we can, that we already have in the house with water, we've got the water here. What we're gonna do is fill up the bathtub. We've already got that cleaned out. My son took care of it this morning, and we are going to go ahead and fill that up with water so that if we are without it, we can put it through the filtration system and then have clean drinking water. We're very lucky that we've got a second floor here in case of flooding. We can get to higher ground, but one of the most important things to do is to locate the part of the house that's going to be safest to kind of shelter in place. So we've got a couple different places right here where we can shelter here in the hallway with all of the doors closed. So some of these are bedrooms, some of these are bathrooms and closets, and except for the staircase, we can shut the doors on all of them. So that's one of the places where we can shelter. And then the other place is actually the bathroom. This bathroom right here is within the interior walls. And of course, what we're going to do is to close all of the shades on all of the windows so that if anything breaks, the window breaks and falls down and doesn't, oops. If anything breaks the windows, it actually breaks the windows and it just kind of like hits the shade and come down. I think that's going to protect us a lot more than if the shades were up. So we're going to close all the shades throughout all the house. And then we've already brought in the potted plants from the outside. And we've already placed them in here in the bathroom. We brought in a small outdoor table upstairs onto the second floor, just so we can have some of the necessary stuff that we need. So we do have a lot of food downstairs that's non-perishable as well. But we brought some of the items up here just in case. We've got my crossbody bag here with our cash, our cards, anything important to us. I don't want to be without that. And then obviously it's very, very important to have the dog's leash system ready to go, just in case, okay? Just so that we know where it is. And then obviously the dog has his tags. The power banks, our phones, we've charged up all of them. And some of these are honker units that I was wondering, like, why in the world is my husband buying all these? I don't think it's necessary, but they've been very, very useful. They're powerful and big and strong enough to not only charge up phones, but also it keeps our travel router running. We could plug in our laptops even in here. This will actually power a laptop if necessary. So all the laptops are and will be continue to be charged up. Yes, we do travel with a headlamp because you just never know. And that has actually come in quite useful. All of our small personal fans that look like this have already all been charged up. When it's small and folded, basically, they're flashlights, okay? They're flashlights, and these can be recharged over and over again with these power banks. And other than that, normally I use it for a personal fan because a lot of places we go, it's very, very hot and stuffy, and it's nice to have one of these. But in this case, the little flashlight option is really nice. And then obviously just having our travel pack with our first aid kit in there all ready to go. Yes, the homeowners have one too, but it's always nice to have our own. So I think we are ready as can be. Obviously, I would love it if this hurricane would either turn or not come here, or if the severity is not as bad as what they are predicting it to be. And yeah, you know, this is the first time that I've had to kind of be in the location of the hurricane and just kind of deal with it. You know, back in the States where we're from, we're in the Midwest, so we normally don't have to deal with hurricanes, but we've seen it all over the news. And I think keeping everybody calm and obviously the dog safe is our #1 goal. Hi, Kenza. Hi, Kenza. Are we ready? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think just keeping the dog calm, and you know, we've got all his stuff ready to go. We got food, leashes, everything. So that's our #1 priority, and obviously securing the house and just making sure we deal with any problems that come along the way. And honestly speaking, with all the preparations that we've made, it's making us feel a lot more ready and a lot more calm. Okay, so if we didn't do these things, I think I might be a lot more nervous and freaking out. But you know, we've got everything in place that we need. Obviously, we don't have a rental car, and even if we did, I think sheltering in place is probably the best option at this point. Oh, the rain's coming down. It's been kind of like raining on and off. Okay, let me see. Yeah, you can't tell from this video. So, you know, hopefully that creek doesn't get too high. When the hurricane comes, that's not when the flooding is going to happen. It's going to take a little while for all the rain to keep falling down and like filling up. And we're a little bit like higher level, but not too much. So if that comes in, we'll just have to deal with it. I'm just glad we got plenty of fresh water, plenty of food, and hopefully his food can stay frozen long and well enough until electricity comes back if it goes out. All right, so after the storm, I guess I'll post another video on how it went. Hopefully, if people are still preparing, maybe this video can get out and just give a few more ideas on what can be done on the inside of the house. All right, bye for now.